I was going to polish my Arabic yesterday. I didn't have the time, so I won't commit myself this morning. But you are most welcome. And we thank you for all the things you plan to do for us. We wish you a happy stay in our country. I could say Alamak. If there are no ladies there, then Alamak to all of you. God bless you. If you don't understand Alamak, it means God bless you. And if there were ladies in there, I would say Alamak, isn't it? Alamak. I'll pass the test. Dr. Said, there is the chairman and CEO of Euroget. My chief director, the chief of defense staff, service commanders, formation commanders, senior officers, men, women, and civilian employees of the Ghana Armed Forces, my good friends from the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take this opportunity again to welcome you all to this all-important ceremony. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you agree with me that today marks a very important landmark in health delivery in the Ghana Armed Forces in particular, and our dear nation in general. The military hospital is about to witness an upliftment in health delivery that will bring it to the cutting edge of technology. I wish to acknowledge that negotiations for the project, which initially amounted to $180 million, began in the previous administration. Further negotiations with financiers on the project, Mrs. Euroget, have brought about an expansion to include a second and a third phase. The expansion of the project has allowed for all medical reception stations to be upgraded. And I'm talking about the reception stations in all the garrisons of the Ghana Armed Forces. My heartfelt thanks go to Dr. Said Darez, the chairman and the chief executive officer of Euroget, who has stood by us and facilitated the credit facility for the government of our country. My profound gratitude again goes to Dr. Said Darez for the wonderful gift of this splendid ambulance. It is very timely, and thank you so much, Prof. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to recall that this phase of the project consists of construction and commissioning of a 500-bed hospital here at a 37 military hospital on 10-fee basis. This includes 105 housing units consisting of 85 flats and 20 bungalows. Phase 2 of the project consists of upgrading and rehabilitation of 13 medical reception stations in all the military garrisons in Ghana to render care to soldiers and civilians in areas where the military garrisons are located. I wish to state here that the majority of patients who patronize the 37 military hospital are civilians. Currently, almost 80% of our patients are civilians. This shows how the military health service is impacting on the civil populace. Ladies and gentlemen, phase 3 of the project consists of the National Accidents and Emergency Hospital with specialist departments. Some of the departments are an oncology hospital that will have a radiotherapy unit, a chemotherapy unit, and tumor surgery department to attend to all kinds of tumor and cancers. There will also be a neurosurgeon center that will have new technology equipment in neurosurgery, highly equipped intensive care units, and a rehabilitation center. We are also going to have a hemodialysis center with an upgradable water treatment unit. The project is expected to be completed in 72 months. It is a national resource operating in a very high security environment. Its central and strategic location makes it very accessible to land, sea, and air, and most convenient for medical evacuations from both local and international locations. Construction of the new buildings, rehabilitation and upgrading of the facility, as well as the supply of equipment and technical support to the hospital will enable the hospital to live up to its image, not only as a military hospital, but also as UN Level 4 hospital and a teaching hospital. By a UN Level 4 hospital, the United Nations patients are referred from low levels of health delivery in the sub-region to 37 hospitals. As a UN hospital at top level. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the construction of this facility at the military hospital is not the end of the story. Plans are far advanced to upgrade all medical reception stations in the garrisons to district-level hospitals. Armed Forces Medical Service to continue to play a key role in health delivery services across the country. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who may doubt how the old facilities are going to blend with the new facilities, I want to assure you that this is not a case of a new wine in old wineskin. A very competent technical team has been put together to ensure homogeneity of the entire project. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we are aware that structures alone will not solve all the health delivery problems. There are other challenges such as staffing, training, non-availability of medical logistics, including consumables, among others. All these are being addressed. As you can see, the accommodation is issued. Finally, once again, Dr. Said, Perez, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I wish to thank you sincerely in our joy today. May the Almighty bless us all. Thank you very much.
At the Shemang Dance Theatre. Our guest of honor, Lieutenant General G.H. Smith, Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. Sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm up again. I'm afraid you will be seeing more of me this morning. And this time, I'm honored to be standing in the shoes of His Excellency the President and the Commander-in-Chief of our great armed forces of the Republic of Ghana. And Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces has sincerely wished to come and share in this very important day in the history of the Ghana Armed Forces. Unfortunately, equally important duty has prevented him from being with us this morning. He has asked me to represent him, and he extends his warmest greetings and has asked me to say that he wishes you all well. Now I'll read the message from our President to you all. Today, we're here to cut the sword for the 500-bed expansion of the 37 military hospitals. For so doing, we are expecting to increase access to medical care for the Ghanaian citizen, to raise the quality of life, and to sustain a viable workforce to form the basis for our future development. The number of children below the age of 5 who are wasted, whose growth is stunted from malnutrition, lack of adequate access to prenatal care for mothers are unacceptably high for our dear country. It is a cross-sectorial problem: agriculture, education, health, environment, and so on. But a good hospital is without doubt an important link in this chain. I am very happy to be given this opportunity to begin the process of cutting the sword. Our manifesto pledges to improve health care, and we as a government are determined to make this pledge a reality. Apart from the fact that nearly 80% of all inpatients at the military hospital are members of the general public, the hospital as a national emergency center provides critical service during times of natural and man-made disasters and industrial action in the health sector. It also serves UN peacekeepers in the sub-region as a level 4 hospital. It is therefore not only a strategic asset for the country, but also for the sub-region and the international community. Everything necessary to enhance its performance is, in this regard, a good investment. Ladies and gentlemen, the construction of a 500-bed hospital here is one of the government's efforts at ensuring that the military hospital is able to continue to deliver even better services to Ghanaians, the sub-region, and the international community. It may, however, appear strange that the construction is to take place within the old hospital. Let me take this opportunity to assure you that careful thinking by competent technical persons in conjunction with consultants has gone into the decision to site it within the grounds of the old 37 hospital. Therefore, have nothing to fear about its feasibility. Ladies and gentlemen, government is fully aware that the fiscal structures are not enough to enhance the military hospital's capacity.